was really interesting, to say the least. So, as I said, start playing Penumbra. That's nice. Let's go ahead and start a new game. And like I've said in the Minecraft video, I get terrible. I get scary. I can't speak.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it. So when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world-renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Did he say it's the last flight he'll ever take? That's creepy. Okay, finally we're almost docked. I better stow my gear. Maybe far from home, chances are I can still pick up things using the, instructions hidden in. Ooh! I mean, I was gonna smash that bottle, but I didn't need to. Okay. Always need to have a notebook. I think I've left my torch in the desk drawer next to the bed. Wow, how'd you know that? Now where's the emergency glow stick? That I always seem to find myself using more, because it's infinite. I don't ever feel right about this part, but I'm gonna do that. Dearest Eric, just a quick note before you set sail and leave me once again. I've left you a little something to remembering by in the chest at the foot of your bed. I really don't know why you still only have one bed on board. Taking ships because of it is no way to get your rest, but what does a fisherman's wife know of life at sea? I'll be praying every night for you to make the catch you need, so that you can come home to me safely, then soon. Please don't be gone for 5 weeks like last time. I know I might nag sometimes, but I do love you, you know. I've washed those overalls of yours. I know you'll get them covered in a sort of fish parts in no time, but I still feel better knowing they've had a wash. Before I forget, the Hendricksons in the village have asked me to see if you'll be coming by any trout, but I said they were mostly out of season. If you do happen upon any, don't say anything. Stow them well in the ice, and I'll do something special with them to celebrate when you come home to me. The ship's captain deserves a little special treatment once in a while. Take care, my love. I can't stand this part, because I've literally just stolen the love letter from his wife. It's kind of weird. I'm sorry, I like to play with stuff in the environment. Yep. Wait. Sorry if my mouse movements are a little bit weird. I don't have a proper mouse pad right now. I'm using a bed sheet. As I stepped off the boat, setting out into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I'd been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit first, but I lost feeling in my extremities soon after. and knew hypothermia was setting in. I started looking for shelter. By the way, something I forgot to mention. So cold, don't know where I am, need shelter soon. By the way, something I forgot to mention in the Minecraft video I did last, where I was explaining kind of what we're going to be doing on this channel. I'm going the Doctor Who thing. It's in Minecraft. It's still going to be a thing, but it's mainly going to be, as I said before in the Doctor Who thing, I'm quite new to Doctor Who. I've never really watched it before, and I'm starting back in the 1960s version of it. So what I'm going to do for that is it's going to be like every Friday I'm going to do a discussion on there. I'm never going to get this thing open. Sorry, gotta move around here. There we go. So every Friday, it's going to be like a discussion of pretty much everything I've seen since the last Friday of Doctor Who. And I watch it pretty much every day or so, as of right now, I'm almost to the end of Season 1, so on Friday I'll do just a big recap of everything I've seen in Season 1. And maybe you guys will feel like discussing it with me. What was that? Jesus, my head. I can't believe I fell that far and survived, although looking around, maybe I didn't. What is this place? This game wasn't scary the first time I played it, because my computer, as I said, was a little bit glitchy. And it made it to where the areas that were supposed to be dark were not dark. This entire area was completely lit up. So I didn't have to use the glow sticks. I didn't have to worry about batteries in the flashlight or anything. Yep. But it makes the game a lot creepier when everything's dark. Oh, that's right. Let's see, I can swing this hammer. Yeah. The instructions cleverly hidden in the dialogue, I'm sure. I reckon if I hold down right mouse after the backswing, I should still be able to look around. Alright, so I can go ahead and equip my first weapon. This is the only Penumbra game to feature actual weapons, as, like, anybody who's played the Amnesia games, or seen someone play the Amnesia games, know that really the thing that makes it so creepy is you know that if something attacks you, there's not a thing you can do about it, because there's no weapons. And having a weapon in this game makes it a little bit less creepy, because you know you can fight off anything that attacks you. But in the other two games, it's not like that, and they're properly creepy because of... I forgot about that. Yeah. To you too. Kills. I don't know where this leads or what's waiting for me, but unless I want to starve to death, it's my only option. Besides, maybe this has something to do with my father. I'm going to try and keep these videos to 15 minutes. Oh, hang on. Let me read this first. Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by 2 solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets, emergency services at the end of phone line, health and safety in the workplace, doctors in the TARDISes, friends, family, lovers, all there if something goes wrong. Part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me, friends, parents, teachers, were too scared or too far away. And this is the part of the game where it starts to give you instructions as to how to survive. There could be anything living down here. Heroics are for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only defense now. If anyone or anything hears me, it's best for me to stay low and hide in the shadows. I know I've got it right because of the blue yeah, instructions basically. I don't think you can be attacked yet. Actually, it's just giving me a message as if to say, you've been caught. But I haven't. Alright, so we're gonna go in here to the office. I gotta waste my batteries and my flashlight. Okay. We got this. 15th August 1945, Command Bunker, Emergency Airstrip Zulu Weekly Report. Another blah 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 blah. Other supplies were received, drills carried out. Routine runway maintenance completed from here on in due to increased snowfall. Okay, 1 wounded. The 1 wounded figure is no cause of concern back in London. The Germans having extended their front line by 4,000 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in a workshop armory and suspended for blowing off a couple of fingers. Ow! Supplies. Okay, one point of curiosity, some kind of archaeological find, an artifact buried in the earth and discovered by one of the work teams. Later this evening, after martial duty, I shall take a closer look at the artifact. It appears to be man-made and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like the front cover and see if I can discover the source of light which constantly emanates from it. Chief NCO M. Major. Sorry, it clears out space. Alright, time to rummage. Rummage? Backstrom. Rummage? What do you call it? Rifle? Oh, that's one of them. There's another one too. Copenhagen Post, Monday, 17th August 1930. Psychotropic deposits at the bottom of Death Mine. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen have suggested that mine-altering chemicals naturally sewn into the rock may be the cause of high suicide rates at Greenland Mine. I guess that's where we're at. The university, which has recently been conducting studies into isolated communities, first became interested in the workers at Northwestern Lead Mine last year. They're normally high, we're at the average of 29 people. On further investigation, experts diagnosed many of the minor symptoms in common with earlier stages of paranoid schizophrenia. This has promoted researchers to hypothesize that natural deposits of isogenic acid or a pH4 formula recently discovered to have hallucinogenic properties may be present in the rocks. Few locals were conducted to interview, but those who agreed to speak had their own explanation. Inuit spirits known as the Turngate live in the mountains. The university is awaiting the results of chemical testing. Studies continue. Oh, look at this. Ah, very nice. Very nice. Wow! That's cool. Fix the view. Light. I miss being outside already. This place is starting to get to me. But even if I could reach that great, it looks built into the rock itself. No way it's coming loose. Locked. Always the chests are locked. Okay, it's okay. I did pick up a key. Yeah. It's big explosives. Instructions to do it. Whoa. Black marked fuse. Back. Oh, we have some backstrom. Black gunpowder and string. Alright, so we'll save that for later in case we need to manufacture beef jerky. Manufacture any bombs. Okay, just gonna finish searching around in here. Alright, very nice. Oh, wait, no. One less cabinet. Okay. Well. A man, an old man, clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger. Never seen before, so I know this man before me is Howard. I call him Father. Ugh. What the heck? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. That's my Philip voice. That's what I think Philip should sound like. Sort of a Duke Nukem knockoff. Alright, let's have a step outside. That's all for now, guys. See you next time. I'm scared.